Hi, my name is Łukasz Woźniak, and I'm the designer of The Witcher Old World, a brand new board game being co-published by Go On Board and CD Projekt Red. In the last video, my wife Ola and I presented part of a two-player gameplay, and we will record a full three-player gameplay before the campaign launches, so you will be able to see how the game flows from start to finish. After the last video, there were multiple different topics being discussed in the comments on BGG and other places, and we love your involvement and we continue to take everything you contribute into consideration. I hope that you will see that in the coming weeks, either before or during the Kickstarter campaign. And now that we are already in May, I can finally confirm that the campaign will launch on Tuesday, May 25th. Follow the link in the description to get notified when it goes live. And as for today, in this video, I will address something that has been a popular topic in the community from the day that we announced the game. We are going to talk about solo and cooperative modes in The Witcher Old World. The game is designed to be competitive and bring a lot of over-the-table interaction. Players may brawl with each other while spectators bet on the fight. They may try to take some gold from their opponents by playing dice poker, and they will compete in trailing and killing monsters. Even though each Witcher is on their own path and they don't have to directly affect each other, they are all involved in exploration and the fighting done by their opponents on the board. So the level of interaction in competitive play depends on the group and their preferences. And naturally, that will change when you throw different modes into the mix, and that's what I want to talk about today. Two brand new topics, solo mode and solo cooperative expansion. First, let's talk about basic solo mode. We've listened to your suggestions and look for a good solution for the community and for the project itself. We completely agree that many players who get the base game will value the chance to enjoy a solitary experience. More and more players prefer to play solo, and there are times that you're only able to play a board game that way. I myself sometimes try out the game mechanics alone before introducing the game to others. So this way I can understand it better, which makes the first time we play in a group much smoother and much more fun. With that in mind, I am happy to announce that the base version of The Witcher Old World will be playable for 1 to 5 players. The base 2 to 5 player gameplay is not affected by this, and it remains a competitive experience with all in-game and over-the-table interaction. But now, there is an option to play the game in single-player mode. The box will contain the new rules and a help card to explain how it all works. So each time you play solo, you will have to hunt down a particular amount of monsters, train your Witcher to a certain degree, and do it in a timely manner. We've been testing that mode for some time and we are happy with the results. And now let's talk about the solo and co-op expansion. We plan to introduce this during the Kickstarter campaign, and we've been hinting at it since we announced the game. For many months now, we've been developing the best way to create a real cooperative experience in the old world. Such a game mode requires new rules, new components, and a fresh storyline. This type of expansion has been asked about a lot, so I thought it would be best to give you some more information about it now. That way you will have a better understanding of what you're getting on a day one of the Kickstarter campaign. The solo and co-op expansion is called The Wild Hunt. As you may know, the Wild Hunt are found both in the Witcher books and video games. They appear riding skeletal horses in the sky, which is believed to be a sign of upcoming war. They are Anele elves, mighty and frightening warriors from another world. And they have been raiding different worlds for centuries. And now they are here. The Wild Hunt comes to the continent to to find and capture slaves, spreading terror and destruction, forcing witchers from different schools to unite against a powerful enemy. All the Witcher schools put their quarrels aside and send their best and brightest to help common people and fight off the Wild Hunt. The expansion changes the turn structure in a way that allows all players to fully cooperate against the challenge before them. To succeed, you will need to discuss which monsters each of you will hunt, help one another, face certain obstacles together, and make some decisions that will affect other Witchers. In this mode, time is not on your side. New challenges arise along the way, and finally you will have to take on and defeat Eredin, the king of the Wild Hunt, together. And if you choose to play this expansion solo, you will face this massive threat alone. There will be a number of smaller and bigger obstacles in your way that you will need to handle before finally taking on and defeating the threat to your world. The Wild Hunt expansion is planned to be sold separately after the game is released. If you buy the base game, you will get a big competitive adventure alongside a custom solo option, and if you're looking to expand your solo experience and join forces with your friends in cooperative play, you will be able to get the Wild Hunt expansion, which adds exactly that. But for a Kickstarter campaign, we want to add the Wild Hunt expansion for free. The basic rules, 5 Eredin cards and Eredin miniature will be added to each standard and deluxe box from day one of the campaign. And if we are able to exceed our funding goal, we will add stretch goals that affect the base game as well as the Wild Hunt expansion. Personally, I love the standard competitive mode that we've been playing countless times for well over a year now. But lately, I'm having a lot of fun playing Wild Hunt expansion as well. It adds another dimension to the table, new experiences, stories, a new way to play the game, and I can't wait for you to try them both. And before I finish, let me add one more thing at the end to anticipate one specific question you might have. Can Eredin appear in the standard competitive game mode as well in some way? Well, we will share the answer to that on our social media soon. So that's it for today, and as always, if you have any questions or ideas, feel free to ask in the comments and we'll do our best to answer. So for now, follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and most importantly, sign up for the Kickstarter notification. We are getting closer and closer to the campaign's launch, and I hope that you're all excited as we are. That's it for today. Bye-bye.